my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
What is going on, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, unfortunately, I won't be streaming today. For those of you who are wondering, I'm just giving my wrist a couple, like an hour, or well, the entire day to heal. Basically, it's just a little bit sore from playing so much in the past couple days. All good. I'm just gonna ice it up, and I'll be back streaming full time tomorrow. In case some of you guys didn't know that I stream, check the link in the description down below, or look up WraithFN on Twitch. And basically, we play Storm Wars, we play squads, I play solos. You guys can ask me questions, just chill, whatever you guys kind of want to do. So I'd highly appreciate it if you come and check out my Twitch. If not, that's okay. But basically, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what made me specifically improve, because I talk a lot about tips that everyone can use, but a lot of you guys are curious as to how I specifically improve. So I'm going to break that down for you. I got this video idea from Veribius. He's a really good YouTuber. He posted kind of the same content as me. And yeah, go check out his channel. He's definitely a good YouTuber to watch. And that's basically it. But yeah, let's get right into today's video. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment what you want for a future video idea. I always read your guys' comment and try my best to reply. Hit that subscribe button. And you guys already know, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop. Now let's get right into today's video. So the first thing that honestly was the biggest factor of getting me to improve and become a better player overall, and I know it seems super obvious, but it's true, was putting more time into the game. Now, just like I said, my wrist is starting to hurt because I put in so much time, which isn't a good thing, but that's because my arm isn't used to that much time playing in that specific motion. I don't have carpal tunnel or anything like that. It's just because my arm isn't used to playing that long. I've been playing 7-8 hours days, and honestly, it's probably the quickest way for me to improve. Like, it's been the quickest way, and I've seen the most amount of improvement in this past couple of weeks and in probably my entire Fortnite career. And the reason for that is not only have I been grinding solos, Storm Wars, which I've been grinding a ton with a bunch of viewers, shout out to you guys, as well as I've been grinding Kovacs and edit courses that I made videos on before. So just check out my playlist if you guys are curious about those. But those have helped a ton, as was creative. Playing Storm Wars and playing like edit courses and Kovacs and aim trainers has helped me improve so much, because I found the thing holding me back the most was the mechanics, which I will talk about later on. But yeah, trust me, putting in more time is going to be the biggest factor to you improving. Obviously, it's pretty, like, most of you guys are probably like, well, obviously if I play more, the better I'm going to get. But it is really true. If you're only playing 2 or 3 hours a day, sure, you're probably going to improve. But someone playing 6 to 7 hours, if they're practicing, not just playing squads or whatever, they're going to improve double as quick as you. So if you're putting in more time, you're going to improve, and that actually works very well for me. And I'm very happy that I've put in this time, because I've seen improvement in the past couple weeks, and I'm very happy. Now let's move on to number 2. Now, kind of sticking to this creative thing that helped me improve, was one of the biggest things, like I said, was Storm Wars, as well as creative 1v1s. Storm Wars I found was actually really helpful, especially since I just changed my keybind. It taught me when to tunnel, when not to tunnel, what tunnel to do, if I'm just going completely right, if I'm going left, right, if I'm doing the mongrel, like straight tunnel, whatever the case is. Like, Storm Wars is really good for endgame scenarios, as well as when to peek, when to fight, when not to fight, when to trap box, when to leave because zone's pushing you, etc, etc. Storm Wars has helped me so much, and I've been playing like 3 hours a day of it every single day for like I said, a week and a half with all my viewers, and it's actually helped me a ton. So I highly recommend you find Storm Wars, join our Storm Wars. It's East and West, whatever you guys want to do. I highly suggest you start playing Storm Wars, because it is a fast way to improve, as well as 1v1s. Now, I haven't been 1v1ing it that much recently, just because my keybinds, and I'm a little bit, let's say the word, I don't know what word it'd be, but like, I don't want to get embarrassed, basically, so I haven't been 1v1 recently because of my new keybinds. Just wanted to get used to them first, but when like before I started streaming, I know 1v1s helped me improve so much. Just get down the basic mechanics, get down aiming, when to do a high ground retake, etc., how to learn a high ground retake, etc, etc. 1v1s have been a huge help, like extremely big help, almost as much as Storm Wars, to just get down the mechanics, get down, like I said, aiming, how to tunnel, or not really tunnel, but how to box fight, etc, etc. Creative is such an in-depth thing, and it's so good that they've added that into the game, and you can improve tenfold by playing creative. Like that's the reason I personally think that people like Mongrel and stuff were really good back in season 2, 3, 4, 5. Yet now that there's creative and you can grind those hours practicing, they've just like push through that plateau and become way better players overall because you can grind specific things. Now the next tip that helped me out a ton, and I talk about this in every single one of my videos and tell you guys how it's one of the best ways to improve, was VOD reviewing pro players as well as VOD reviewing myself. Now I have pages and pages of notes underneath my desk that I keep where it's just strictly from my VODs and pro VODs of what I've done wrong, what I need to improve, or what I did as a mistake, as well as tons of things that I've watched from Benji Fishy, Savage, Mongrel, all those pros, Senbuga, all those guys. I just written, which one would it be? I've written down, yeah, that sounds better. I wrote down all the things that I thought they did well in each game from like a 30-minute viewer or whatever the clip was, and I wrote them down and I tried to replicate that in my own game. And I personally think that helped me improve so much. I learned new ways how to box fight, when to peek, when not to peek, when to rotate, etc., etc. Like I've figured that watching pros wasn't going to help that much, and then once I started doing it, I started preaching my YouTube videos, I started talking about it, because it honestly helps you improve so much, because you learn from the best players. There's a reason that they're the best. So basically, if you do what they do, you're going to become a better player overall, right? So I just try my best to mimic what they do. I've been learning Bizzle high ground retakes because I think his high ground retakes are really good and they've been working for him. So I watched him, figured out how to do it, and I've been trying my best to learn it. So trust me, watching pros will help you improve so much and so quickly, as well as watching your own gameplay, figuring out what you're doing wrong, figuring out what you're doing right is a very, very good way to improve. Another big thing that helped me improve was figuring out what was holding me back from becoming a better player. And there was two things that I felt was holding me back the most, and that was my mechanical skill as well as my early game fights. So what I did to kind of counter these things was I started grinding more Kovacs, more editing courses, more Tito's aiming map, etc., etc. And my aiming has improved probably like 3 times as much as it has like 2 months ago. It's improved so much. Obviously, it's nowhere where I want it to be. I want to keep improving my aim. You can never have the best aim in the, like, you can have the best aim in the world, but it can always improve. As well as my edits. I didn't feel like my edits were that quick compared to Mongrel, Mr. Savage, etc., etc. And I just realized how important it was to have quick edits so you can escape. You can do things to people that people wouldn't even think you'd be able to do as quick, and they're just not ready for it, etc., etc. So I started grinding my mechanics in creative, and my mechanics has definitely improved. Again, it's nowhere where I want them to be. I always want to improve. I always want to make them better, so I'm going to keep grinding that. As well as, like I said, my early games fights, which kind of brings me into my next one, is I've adopted a more aggressive role, not only in pubs, but even arena, just to kind of get that W key mentality more, so I felt more comfortable taking fights even if I didn't have a combat or whatever the case is. Because like I said, even sometimes if I had a combat or I'd have shield or whatever, I'd still die early game, which I didn't really understand, because like I said, my mechanics were decent, they weren't unbelievable, my box fighting was pretty good, my build fights were pretty good, but for some reason I just kept dying. And I think that had a little bit mixed to do with my mechanics. So once my mechanics improved, that helped me out as well. And also, I now have a better understanding of how to fight people, because I've just been taking as many fights as possible. Because like I said in a lot of videos, the more fights you take, the more comfortable you're going to feel, the more adapt you're going to feel to being able to fight people, etc., etc. So trust me, taking fights is extremely important, and if you want to learn that more W key role and become more aggressive and be more confident when taking fights, it's super important to have that aggressive role, and that's what I tried to put into my game to actually help me win more fights and learn how to take players and kill them easier. So that's basically it for today's video. Those kind of 5 tips were basically what I used personally and what I felt helped me improve the most. So you guys can do with that whatever you want. You can try those tips, you can whatever, doesn't matter to me. Just thought I'd make this video to kind of help you guys out a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you slap that like button, make sure that subscribe button, make sure you leave a comment for what you want to see for a future video. And again, if you don't mind, please check out my Twitch stream. I'd appreciate it so much. WraithFN, or the link in the description. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Make sure you use creator code WraithFN. And yeah, that's basically it. Have a good one, guys. Peace.